What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sincere's here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video. We're here for February 4th, 2022's Vendor Reset. So let's get right into this and see what we got good for this week. For our first gear items, head over to CLANCY'S. Here, the gear vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 206 electronics and 3% damage to elites. And also here we have a prototype electronics mod with 261 electronics and 2.50% exotic damage resilience. For our next gear items, head over to the base of operations. Here, the Dark Zone gear vendor has an AUG A3 Power XS. Next here we have some operator gloves with the Talent Savage. Next here we have a prototype performance mod with 3.50% sticky bomb damage. And also here we got a tyrant suppressor. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the advanced weaponry vendor, and here we got a Solcom MK20 SSR. Next here we got a heavy magazine spring, and also here we got a tyrant suppressor. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor, and here we got an historian. Next here we got an operator mask with the Talent Tenacious. Next here we got a Spec Ops pack with the Talent Relentless. Also here we got a prototype electronics mod with 264 electronics and 2,944 health. Next here we got a prototype performance mod with 6.50% Seeker Mine explosion radius. For our next gear items, we're still at the base of operations. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a firearms gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. For our next gear items, head over to the cavern. Here the gear vendor has a gunslinger vest with the Talent Vigorous. For our next gear items, head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor has a Liberator. Next here we got a First Wave Vector 45 ACP. Also here we have a Lova C. Next here we got a Spec Ops mask with the Talent Refreshed. Also here we got an Operator vest with the Talent Vigorous. Next here we have a Spec Ops pack with the Talent Inventive. And also here we have a prototype firearms mod with 256 firearms and 1% critical hit chance. Next here we have a prototype performance mod with 6% sticky bomb explosion radius. Also here we have an extended magazine. And also here we got a 5.52 hollow sight. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a surplus SVD blueprint with a gear score of 256. Also here we got some firearms gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. Next here we have a quick release magazine blueprint with a power level 34. And also here we got a small laser pointer blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, head over to Madison's stand. Here the gear vendor has a Spec Ops pack with the Talent Relentless. And also here we have a prototype performance mod with 5% support station healing speed. For our next gear items, head over to West 31st Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an infantry MG5. For our next gear items, head over to West 34th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a rugged mini reflex sight. For our next gear items, head over to East 64th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone gear mod vendor has a prototype firearms mod with 267 firearms and 3,220 skill power. And also here we have a prototype performance mod with 4% turret damage. For our next gear items, head over to East 58th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has an operator mask with the Talent Enduring. Next here we have a gunslinger vest with the Talent Rapid. And also here we have a tactical pack with the Talent Inventive. For our next gear items, head over to East 53rd Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical mask with the Talent Tenacious. And also here we have a prototype performance mod with 6% first aid self-heal. For our next gear items, head over to East 46th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an operator pack with the Talent Inventive. For our next gear items, head over to East 42nd Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a Spec Ops armor with the Talent Vigorous. For our next gear items, head over to East 40th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an operator pack with the Talent Specialized. And also here we got a 5.52 hollow sight. For our next gear items, head over to the 5th Ave checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical vest with the Talent Reckless. And also here we have a prototype performance mod with 7% support station range. For our next gear items, head over to DZ5 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a tyrant suppressor. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video for February 4th, 2022's Vendor Reset. I hope everybody who tuned into it found them something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button, y'all. I appreciate that support, and I'll see y'all with the next one. Take care, peace.